My parents disowned me at 17 when I was pregnant. Now, 29 years later, they want to share in my son's fame. I am standing in the polished lobby of Cascadia Medical Center when I hear it. A name I haven't answered to in 29 years. Caitlin. The voice slices through the ambient hospital noise, phones ringing. Muted conversations. The squeak of orthopedic shoes against buff tile. My chest constricts as if cinched by invisible wire. My hands begin to tremble. The visitor badge clipped to my blazer suddenly feeling like a concrete block. Caitlin Gray. The voice calls again. Louder this time. Demanding recognition. Heads turn. Curious glances sweep in my direction as a tall man with silver-streaked hair strides across the lobby. A petite blonde woman trailing behind him. Their faces are older versions of the ones that have haunted the edges of my nightmares for decades. Across the lobby, a familiar voice calls out. Arabella, over here. My son waves from near the reception desk. Still wearing his blue surgical scrubs. Completely unaware of the earthquake fracturing my carefully constructed world. 2 names. 1 person. I am Arabella Beaumont, now have been for 28 years, but the sound of Caitlin pulls me backward through time. Suddenly I'm 17 again. Standing in our apartment doorway with a positive pregnancy test clutched in my trembling hand. Watching my father's face contort with rage. You have until morning to pack. He had said, voice flat as pavement. Take what you can carry. My mother had stood behind him. Silent tears streaming down her face. Offering no defense. The next morning, they'd driven me to the bus station. With exactly $219 in cash. Every dollar I'd saved from my summer job at the mall. Martin, perhaps we should approach more gently. The blonde woman my mother murmurs now. Her hand clutching her husband's arm. But her eyes are calculating. Scanning the lobby for reactions. They've rehearsed this moment. Planned this ambush. Caitlin, it's been too long. My father extends his hand as if we'd parted after a pleasant family dinner rather than him casting out his pregnant teenage daughter to fend for herself. You look wonderful. I fight against the violent undertow of memory that first night sleeping on a park bench. Too terrified to close my eyes. The cardboard sign I'd made. Pregnant. Please help. The rain that soaked through my only jacket. Then Agatha Beaumont finding me there. This elegant woman in her 60s offering not just a meal but a home. Her 6-bedroom craftsman with a nursery already prepared for what would become her unofficial grand family project. Everyone deserves a second chance. She told me. Over steaming mugs of tea that first morning. The memories twist inside me like snakes. My fingers find Agatha's antique watch on my wrist. Its steady ticking anchoring me to the present. 29 years of silence. Why now? I know the answer before I can fully form the question. 3 weeks ago, the Seattle Times ran a feature on Everest, the brilliant young cardiothoracic surgery resident who had performed a miraculous procedure on a newborn. The article mentioned the Agatha Beaumont Foundation. It connected my son to the boutique hotel and bakery empire that made me a wealthy woman after Agatha's passing. And now, suddenly, here they are. My father steps forward as if to embrace me. I step back, chin raised, finding my voice. My name is Arabella. My mother laughs. A brittle sound like glass cracking. Don't be ridiculous. You'll always be our Caitlin. 2 nurses at the reception desk exchange glances. One whispers something to the other. I realize that we have an audience now. My father notes it too, his smile broadening for their benefit. We've waited so long for this moment, he says, loud enough to carry. When we saw the article about our grandson's surgical achievement, we knew it was time to reconnect with our family. The strategic word choice doesn't escape me. Our grandson. Our family. Establishing ownership. Connection. Bloodlines. The familiar Gray family tactic appear reasonable while taking what doesn't belong to you. My head feels light. The hotel tycoon's daughter and the cast-off pregnant teenager, both existing in me at once, neither fully real. From across the lobby, Everest waves again, clearly puzzled why I haven't joined him. He mirrors me in so many ways. Agatha always said he carried my determination in his gaze. We know we made mistakes, my mother says, her tone softening. But surely after all these years, we can move forward. My eyes catch on her designer handbag, the diamond studs glittering beneath harsh fluorescent light. Martin's wrist bears an expensive watch, so different from the cheap one he wore the night he left me at the bus station with strict orders never to return. Whatever their reason for showing up now, it's not accidental. It's rehearsed, the past? I echo at last, the word sharper than I intended. The past was watching you drive away while I stood abandoned at a bus stop. Martin's jaw tightens. We were just young parents, facing a hard choice. You were 41, I cut in. And Mom was 38. From the reception desk, a nurse in scrubs shifts uncomfortably at our exchange. My mother notices, lowers her voice, and leans in closer. Darling, we've changed. We regret that decision every single day. 29 years of silence don't sound like regret, I reply, twisting Agatha's watch around my wrist, a coping trick she once taught me. Remind myself of who I am now, CEO of Blue Finch Bakery, member of 3 charitable boards, the mother who raised a son whose hands save lives. I am not that terrified girl anymore. Across the room, Everest senses something is wrong. He excuses himself from a colleague and strides toward us, protective and steady. The son I raised alone, the boy Agatha helped me shape into the man he's become. Is everything all right here? Everest asks, stepping beside me, a shield between me and the strangers who once called themselves my parents. His eyes lock with mine, silently offering me a choice: create a scene in his hospital, where reputation is everything, or withdraw and fight on my terms. Agatha's voice echoes in my head, never fight without choosing the battlefield. Martin studies Everest, tall, confident, accomplished. His smile alters as he extends a hand. You must be our grandson. We've waited so long. Everest doesn't take it. Instead, he drapes an arm around me. I'm Dr. Beaumont, he says, stressing our shared name. My mother is Arabella Beaumont. At his touch, something solidifies in me, the foundation Agatha built, brick by brick. The legal name change at 18. The adoption at 20. The life constructed far from the wreckage they left. We should go, I tell Everest, my voice calm, stronger than I feel. We have dinner reservations. Caitlin, my father calls as we turn. We're staying at the Olympic. Let's meet properly, as a family. I stop, glance back one last time. You forfeited the right to call me anything 29 years ago. Nolan Pierce's office smells of leather and sandalwood, stability in a world that suddenly feels unstable. 3 days have passed since they resurfaced in the hospital lobby, yet their voices loop in my mind like a broken record. Caitlin Gray. The name feels foreign now, like an identity I abandoned long ago. Nolan slides a manila folder across his desk. Agatha kept everything, he says. Inside are court papers from 1996, temporary guardianship to Agatha Beaumont, and no contact order against Martin and Jocelyn Gray. My legal name change in 98. The adoption papers in 2000. Agatha hadn't just rescued me, she had built a fortress around me. Why now, after 29 years? I ask. Nolan taps the business section of the Seattle Times, Gray and Fox Holdings under SEC investigation. Below it, a piece on Everest's miracle surgery, tied to the Beaumont Foundation and Blue Finch Bakery. The timing is no accident, they waited until Agatha passed, Nolan says. Then he slides another paper forward, a fresh contract. Martin Gray and Tyler Quinn, Everest's biological father. An 8% success fee for a family reunion. The name makes my stomach lurch. Tyler, the boy who abandoned me at the food court, now bankrupt, clawing for a payday through the son he denied. They're not here for reconciliation, I whisper, clutching Agatha's watch. No, Nolan says grimly. They want more than money. Your father needs a reputation cleanse. A heartwarming reunion, tied to a respected surgeon, could buy it. I see it all clearly now, my father's forced smile, my mother's perfectly timed tears. Not affection. Desperation. They're drowning, and I'm their life raft. Do they think calling me by my old name will erase everything? They're desperate, not delusional, Nolan says. They've hired a crisis team. The narrative is family reconciliation. Family sticks together in troubled times. His voice drips with disdain. And Tyler? I ask. Bankruptcy fraud. He wants protection through new family ties. Your parents found a desperate ally. The betrayal widens in my mind, not just their sudden reappearance, but a coordinated campaign to dismantle what Agatha built. A press inquiry about a touching reunion landed at the foundation this morning. Proof they'll stop at nothing. At the window, Seattle's skyline blurs through my tears. I'd thought Agatha saved me out of kindness. Now I see she was also waging a war. She was both, Nolan says softly. Kind and strategic. She loved you, Arabella. She knew exactly who she was protecting you from. The door opens. Everest enters, weary from a long shift, eyes hardening as he takes in the documents. Nolan retrieves a thick binder labeled Gray Contingencies. She prepared for this exact moment, he says. The timing matches my feature in the Times, Everest mutters. They've been watching me for years. Pain cuts through me. They valued my son only as currency. Everest rests a hand on my shoulder. Grandmother protected you. Now we'll protect her legacy. Inside the binder, legal precedents, affidavits, media strategies, 29 years of defenses, waiting. Nolan's confidence steadies me. We're not unprepared. Agatha made sure. I look between them, strength replacing fear. The terrified girl is gone. In her place stands the woman Agatha believed in. Then we use her plan, I say, opening the binder. Show me everything. Agatha hired a private investigator every time the Greys tried to reach me. My hands shake as I read a 1998 report. Martin and Jocelyn parked outside Blue Finch, watching us. Predators circling prey. 11 violations, each photographed and notarized. She never told me. I whisper, she wanted to protect you, Nolan replies, tapping the embossed seal on my adoption papers. This is ironclad. They have no claim on you, or Everest. The truth hits like a current. Agatha's obsession with documentation wasn't just business sense, it was armor, Mom. Everest steps in, holding up his phone. Tyler Quinn emailed the hospital. He wants to pitch a family reconciliation story to Seattle Life. My stomach knots. Tyler, his father by blood but nothing else, has joined forces with my parents. This wasn't chance. They've been watching Everest's career. I gather the reports, resolve hardening. I want to meet them. Nolan frowns. Is that wise? I tap the folder. I won't be unarmed this time. 2 days later, I wait in Cascadia Medical Center's cafeteria, chosen for its balance of privacy and visibility. I wear a tailored navy suit, the CEO I've become, not the teenager they discarded. Agatha's watch glints on my wrist. They arrive early. Martin's hair is perfectly cut, Jocelyn softened in cream and pearls. They look every bit